JD Vance's scathing remarks, blaming immigrants for UK's economic stagnation. In a recent speech, US Vice President JD Vance sparked controversy by asserting that Britain's economy is stagnating due to high levels of immigration. Vance argued that Western nations, including the UK, have become complacent by relying on cheap labor instead of improving productivity. This statement has ignited a heated debate about immigration's role in economic growth and stagnation. Vance's comments suggest a direct correlation between immigration and economic stagnation, claiming that countries importing large amounts of cheap labor have seen productivity decline. He also noted that the US has been similarly affected, criticizing decades of economic policies that have relied heavily on inexpensive labor. Subscribe to our channel to be the first to be notified anytime we drop a new video. The British public and politicians have responded with mixed views. Some argue that immigration is essential to address the UK's aging population and workforce needs. Others, however, feel that Vance's comments overlook the complexities of the issue and the contributions immigrants make to the economy. Vance's recent remarks are not his first to stoke controversy in the UK. Earlier, he faced backlash for comments perceived as diminishing Britain's military contributions, particularly in Iraq and Afghanistan. Despite clarifications, these statements have strained relations between the US and the UK. The US has imposed tariffs on British steel and iron imports, drawing the UK into a trade conflict. Vance defended these tariffs as necessary to protect American jobs and industries, further complicating US-UK relations. As Vance's comments continue to resonate, they raise important questions about the future of immigration and economic policy in both the US and the UK. Will these nations shift towards more protectionist policies, or will they continue to rely on immigration to bolster their economies? The debate is far from over, with significant implications for global trade and economic stability. Is there a direct link between immigration and economic stagnation? How might the US and UK balance the need for cheap labor with the goal of increasing productivity? What role will tariffs play in shaping the economic futures of these nations? These questions highlight the complexities of Vance's argument and the broader implications for international relations and economic policy. As the world watches, it remains to be seen how these issues will unfold and impact the global economy. Vance's comments suggest a direct link between immigration and economic stagnation, stating that countries importing large amounts of cheap labor have seen productivity decline. He also criticized the US for its own reliance on cheap labor over the past 40 years, blaming failed economic policies for this trend. Vance's stance aligns with President Trump's economic strategies, including the use of tariffs to protect American industries. Critics argue that Vance's views are not supported by data. For instance, both the US and the UK have similar percentages of foreign-born populations, but a higher proportion of the UK's immigrants hold higher education degrees. This raises questions about whether immigration is truly a hindrance to economic growth.